Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 1. This is your full-time match reaction from Villa Park on this Sunday night, where Aston Villa make it 10 wins in a row and Morgan Rogers can't stop scoring. But Manchester United yet again are to blame for their mistakes. Manchester United are to blame for the 2 goals that Villa score. And yet again, it's the same players making the same mistakes, and it's the same players that can't learn from those mistakes that still get given an opportunity to prove a point in this team. And I think a lot of those United players are going to come under fire tonight. I think a lot of those United players are going to come under a lot of fire, and we all know who they are. We know exactly what players are going to get blamed for this result. A lot of fingers are going to get pointed at Yoro. A lot of fingers are going to get pointed at Delo. And I think a lot of fingers are also going to get pointed at Lamens as well. I mean, the 2 goals we concede are absolutely laughable. But again, how many times have I said that Diego Delo, Lenny Yoro are both bad players? How many times have I said that Lenny Yoro and Delo are going to cost this football club points? How many times have I said these players are going to cost us goals? And yet again, there's sections of this fan base, there's sections of these supporters that stand by these 2 players and kiss their ass for them. But look at the mistakes for both the goals. Look at the mistakes that Lenny Yoro makes of both the Villa goals. Look at the mistake that Diego Delo makes for the second Villa goal. You can't tell me Diego Delo can't defend that in that moment. That is really, 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 really shit. Delo is weak, he's amateurish, and to not basically block the cross that comes inside our box is absolutely fucking laughable. But again, I've said Delo's crap. I've said Delo is crap on so many occasions for Manchester United. And yet, a lot of fans back Delo. A lot of fans think he's a very, very good player. But based on the second Villa goal, how you cannot defend a Tielemans cross and block that cross from coming inside our box is very, very lazy. It's very, very weak. But then again, you've got to point a lot of fingers at Yoro as well. A lot of fingers need to be pointed at Lenny Yoro as well for the second Villa goal as well, because he doesn't block the Morgan Rogers shot. He doesn't try to put a tackle in before Rogers unleashes that shot on our goal and basically lets Rogers run at him and lets him put the ball in the net. We might as well have just let him do it. Yoro was poor, asleep on both goals. Yoro at fault for both goals. Exactly. Lenny Yoro is at fault for both of the Villa goals, but so is Delo. Delo's at fault for the second goal, and Lenny Yoro is at fault for both goals. And look how many times Ruben Amorim has dropped Lenny Yoro at that team. Look how many times Lenny Yoro has been dropped by Ruben Amorim since Ruben Amorim's been in charge of this club. Lenny Yoro has been dropped more than people getting dropped by a lap dance. Like, honestly, it's very, very embarrassing that we paid 60 million for this centre-back. And I think it goes to show that Real Madrid absolutely dodged a bullet. I think Real Madrid absolutely dodged a bullet with Lenny Yoro. I think Real Madrid knew exactly what they were going to do. Let Manchester United have a clear run at him. Let Manchester United pay over the odds. Let Manchester United pay stupid money. Because, again, Lenny Yoro's inexperience at centre-back is very, very clearly showing. It really, really is showing. In the last few performances, Lenny Yoro has been very, very poor. It isn't good enough. It isn't acceptable. And I think Lenny Yoro is going to have a lot of fingers pointed at him tonight. I mean, for the first goal, how he lets, Morgan Rogers just allow that run to keep the ball in play is very, very weak. Lenny Yoro needed to get closer to Morgan Rogers in that moment. He needed to close that Morgan Rogers down. He shouldn't have let Morgan Rogers, try to keep that ball in. Lenny Yoro should have kept pace with him. Lenny Yoro should have put a tackle in. Lenny Yoro should have put a block in. Lenny Yoro should have gone with Morgan Rogers to chase down that ball to avoid it not being kept in play. And yet Lenny Yoro just basically backs off. And I'm a fan of Lenny Yoro, don't get me wrong. I think there's a good player there. But you can't get away with the mistakes he's made today. He cannot get away with the mistakes he's made today. Bruno out for about a month. No Ahmad, no Brian. January, we need signings. Poor defence past few games. Bruno out for about a month. No Ahmad, no Brian, no January. January, we need signs. Seriously, we missed Delit and Maguire. I think, obviously, looking at our squad now, we're absolutely fucked. We are absolutely fucked by the squad we've now got left. We've got no Bruno Fernandes, who has gone off injured with a hamstring injury. If it's just a pull, it's about 4 to 6 weeks. If it's a tear, we're probably talking at least 6 to 8 weeks. So we've basically now got no midfield left. We've got no Ahmad, we've got no Mbeumo, we've got no Mazraoui. Casemiro is suspended, but will be back for Newcastle on Friday. We're in big trouble. We are in big trouble. Massively in trouble now. And the problem is, to chuck kids on is very embarrassing. And I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Hope you're good as well. You got found out in all areas. Exactly. We got found out massively today. Man United got their asses handed to them. The midfield options are awful, says Gareth. Are you angry with the loss? Well, yeah, I am angry with the loss. I am angry with the result because Aston Villa were there for the taking inside that first half. Aston Villa were not actually that good. Aston Villa were really poor, and they were there for the taking. But every time we try and get an opportunity, we always seem to blow it. And we've only picked up 5 points from our last 4 games. 5 points from 12 in our last 4. If people saying that's okay, I'm sorry, we're not a serious football club. Please smash that like button, by the way. Please give me a follow, would really appreciate it. If we had our full team, we would have easy won, says Banana. Did you feel you got robbed from the game? I think we would have won that game if we had all our team available. We would have won that game quite comfortably. The chopping and changes, nobody knows what's going on at the end of the game, who's playing where exactly. Yes, from where we were that better than last season. Yoro should be better, honestly. Bruno Fernandes did play, but Bruno Fernandes went off injured, which looks like with really bad hamstring injury. So we've got no Bruno Fernandes for Friday. I hate AFCON, man. Yeah, so do I. I hate the African Cup of Nations. That's not obviously helped, has it, to be honest with you? Full-time thoughts. I'm fuming because Aston Villa were there for the taking inside the first half. That's what I'm really fuming about. They were there for the taking. You could tell Villa were really struggling. They didn't like the way we set up and the way we set our players in the formation that Amram started with. Aston Villa were not comfortable. But look at the chances we had to win that game. Look at the chances we had to go and win that game today. If you look at the chance on the 21st minute, Sesko should score. Sesko should score that goal, and that's really frustrating because obviously it's a great bit of play by Fernandes to get Sesko through one-on-one with Martinez, and unfortunately because Martinez has come out way too early out his goal, Sesko's hit the ball straight at the goalkeeper. Like, I'm sorry, if you had an elite striker on the end of that ball goes into the back of the net, but Sesko hits it straight at the goalkeeper. That was a big opportunity gone. If we would have got that goal, the game might have swung a little bit differently. I feel sorry for Sesko. Obviously, he's not long been back from injury, but that really should have gone in. I don't think there's any excuses for Sesko not to score that goal. If we get that lead and we get that 1-0 advantage, the game probably swings the whole of the first half for us in that game. And then obviously, Yoro cost us both goals. Exactly, you've got tough few games coming up. United won every stat except the most important one. Newcastle at home and Wolves at home. We need De Ligt back. Luke Shaw's not the greatest. Luke Shaw's been shit for years. Will Rashford be recalled? Rashford's not coming back. What elite striker should we have got then? We didn't even play bad today. Yeah, we didn't play bad today. But yet again, Yoro should be benched. I would agree Yoro should be benched at this moment. Yoro's confidence looks absolutely shot. I just don't know what Yoro's thinking is on the first goal. Why did he fully expect the ball to go out of play where he could see Morgan Rogers running desperately to keep that ball in play? That's what really annoys me. It's like Yoro got too cocky and too arrogant thinking the ball was just going to go out. But if Yoro would have seen that, Morgan Rogers was anticipating that ball going out of play and Rogers was desperately going to keep it in, why did Yoro not go with him? Why did Yoro just back off? Why did Yoro just sit there and let him keep the ball in? Because that goal probably could have been avoided if Yoro would have gone with his man. And thank you for all the likes, by the way, very much appreciated. If Yoro would have gone with Morgan Rogers, that first goal probably wouldn't have happened. So I think Yoro has got to take absolutely massive responsibility for the first goal. But again, look at the closing down. You had Agate in the box, you had Luke Shaw in the box, and you had Yoro as well. All at that moment the first Villa goal went in. And all three of them just fucking stood there like statues. All three of them might as well have been stuck at school playing stuck in the mud in the playground. Because all three of them just fucking stood there and let Morgan Rogers shoot on sight. So Yoro is not the only one at fault. Luke Shaw's also at fault. Agate's also at fault. And as for Lemens, I can't believe our goalkeeper just stood there and admired the shot. I can't believe Lemens just stood there like a statue. We're not on a chessboard. We're not playing chess. We're not at an after-school club. Like, he just stood there and admired the shot. Didn't even bother to try and dive to keep that out. Didn't even bother to dive. And this goalkeeper is meant to be a goalkeeper to take us up to the next level. He's just stood there like a fucking statue. That goal would have been avoided if Yoro would have did his job, Agate would have did his job, and Shaw would have done his job as well. The second goal was totally awful to concede. We can play as well as we like, but if we defend like that, we never progress. Exactly. We should have won, says Fred. We need that change up because the half the players we got are shocking. I'd like to see you save it. I would have saved it. It's not difficult. See all the useless ones. Today proved why we need Bruno. Never played football, have you? Says Granty. I have played football. To be fair, I have played football. How was Lemens meant to save that? He wanted to watch as a fan, that's all, says Leon John. Have a go at Lemens for the goals. Have you heard of JJ Gabriel? I can't believe JJ Gabriel's not actually in the squad. Like, he's done so well for the under-18s. How is JJ Gabriel not in that squad? Where we've hardly got any fucking players left. Fat Villa managed through his coat was me at Old Trafford. Honestly, I just can't believe, isn't he still 14 now? I think JJ Gabriel's nearly 16, so I can't understand why he's not in that squad. If he's in the squad and he's playing that well for the under-18s, give him a chance, get him in the team, let's see what he can do, because he might be a better option than what we've actually got fucking in this team. Because if you look at the options on that bench, what's Amrin meant to do? What is Ruben Amrin actually meant to do? Like, honestly, I don't know what we're actually meant to do now after today. We are just an average Premier League team now. If you're good enough, you're old enough, as long as you're... Exactly. If you're good enough and you're old enough to play, get JJ Gabriel in this team. I absolutely think that's a very valid point. He's not ready for the Prem. I think he is ready. Feel bad for Mount, to be honest. I thought Mason Mount was terrible. I thought Dorgu was terrible. I thought Shaw was terrible. Yoro was a disaster. Delo's a disaster. Like, honestly, there are so many players in that team that get given a chance, given an opportunity, and they're absolutely shit. Like, how many more chances are these players going to get? How many more lives have these players got left in them? They've got more lives than a fucking cat. They've got more lives than that cat on the Fortnite item shop, which I want to come back on the store. Honestly, it's so embarrassing how shit we actually are. Agate, again. Fancy chucking Agate into the team, knowing he's hardly had a kick. Fancy chucking Agate in. I know Casemiro's suspended. Valid point. I know he's suspended, and we've only got Fernandez and Agate, and that's all we've got left. I get that. But fancy chucking Agate straight into the midfield, knowing he's hardly kicked a ball. And I get that. How can we play? I get that and I respect that because it's a very valid point. But at the end of the day, Yoro let you down. Exactly. Agate could have gone for free. Would rather play with 10 players. I would have probably rather played with 10 players. You're absolutely bang on. We played well. Yoro can close a man down, stay positive. Yoro was absolutely shite. Mbeumo is at AFCON. We can't do anything about that. He had to play Agate. Who else is he playing? That's why I hate these insane stats at Youth League, because they would have never do that in the Prem. We need 3 new centre midfielders, says John. Liverpool fans here, Merry Christmas, haven't got a clue. They just made them look easy. Yoro's been really bad at the moment. They need to drop Yoro. We need to drop Yoro. Clearly he's lacking confidence. He's at fault for both goals, but Delo's at fault for the second goal more than Yoro is, because Delo can't be bothered to actually do his job at right wing back and actually close down the Tielemans cross. I can't believe he just stood there and let Tielemans get that cross into our box. I've been saying it for fucking years that Delo is absolutely fucking shit. But yet people have stood by Delo thinking he's this top fucking right back. But he can't do his job. And to rub salt into the wounds, he was given the captain's armband inside that second half. Dalot is no captain. Dalot is no leader. How disgusting was that to give Dalot the fucking captain's armband? Here you go. Here's a chance to prove that you're a captain. Here's a chance to give you that you're a leader. Whose fucking idea was it to give Dalot the captain's armband? Two worldies goals other than Thiem deserve to win. Too many bang average players at Manchester United. Completely agree. It's just really... Dalot has been our player of the season 2 of our last seasons, by the way. Give him a break. I'm sorry, Cameron. I respect your opinion, but I completely disagree. I respect it, but I disagree. Dalot's at fault for the second goal because he's too lazy and too bang average to close down a simple cross inside our box. It's not difficult to close down a cross. It's not difficult to close down a player getting a ball into our own area. It's not difficult. Please tell me which players other than first team squad can play the Amram system. Amram needs a 6-year contract as in my Liverpool home. Neves in January would be the best scenario. Maybe you lot went a bit early and you're just not as good as you think you are. Nah, Yoro is at fault for both goals. Yoro's at fault for both goals. Yoro is at fault for both goals. But Dalot has also got to take responsibility as well. Dalot's got to take responsibility. You can't just say it's just on Yoro. It's also on Dalot as well. And mash out to my manager moderators in my live chat as well. It's very much appreciated the support you're showing me today. Hope you're all having a good day. Who took the armband when Bruno went off? Dalot got given the armband inside that second half. It's fucking embarrassing that we did that. Who up the Villa? Who took the armband? Never understood why they bother doing interviews on the players on the team that loses it. Dalot was poor. Just won £50 off United losing. Cheers, lads. The same answers every time. They need a midfielder. Mind the gap, Man United says. Defender off. I earned money off Dalot for his yellow. Missing an open header wasn't Dalot's fault. That's a joke. Dalot took it. He should have never let that slow centre midfield let the cross. Love Dalot. Should have given it to Kuna. They brought on Lacey and Fletcher. What the fuck, says Ben J. Completely. I feel sorry for Shea Lacey and I feel sorry for Fletcher as well. We wasn't going to win anyway. I called it yesterday. I said we weren't going to win that game today. I said we weren't going to win. I said it yesterday. We're not going to beat Villa. I did say it yesterday. I called it yesterday. We are absolutely shit. Mistakes have cost us a lot last few weeks, but luckily got away with it. Injuries are insane right now. United are going down. Can tell Ruben is related to Diego Dalot. Would help if we could use these young players. Anyone notice our players didn't want to give the ball to the youngsters like they were told not to? Exactly. I don't understand why he chucked Shea Lacey on. I don't understand why he chucked on. I don't understand why he chucked on Fletcher. I don't understand why he chucked Shea Lacey on. What was that going to do? What was that going to do to rescue a point? Like, what was that meant to do? Villa Park is the hardest stadium to win at unless you're Villa. As soon as I saw the bench, I thought, soon as I saw the bench, I thought, Man United. Fernandes is your best player out for weeks. Jora needs to fix up. He's been really poor. Alex, start prediction to losers, then you will end up winning. Would honestly rather have Martinez at DM instead of Agate. To be fair, Martinez did very well when he came on. He did do very, very well when he came on. But again, Martinez shouldn't have been put in that position by Amram. I don't understand why he brought off... Honestly, I thought Fernandes looked okay to carry on. I thought that hamstring he felt wasn't actually that bad. So I don't understand why he got taken off. If he was fit enough to carry on and play, why did Amram take him off? I know we don't want to take risks, but sometimes you've got to take risks. But then again, there's then making that injury a lot worse. And if it's a hamstring injury, it's very, very it is reliable to take the player off. I do get that. But even though he wasn't walking brilliantly on the pitch, I would have rather kept Fernandes on and get off fucking Agate than fucking bring Fernandes off for Martinez and keep Agate on the pitch. We should have taken off Agate off before the game even started. He's so bad. Agate's fucking shit, innit? And the problem is this is probably going to be the limits of the team against Newcastle. Heaven looked decent. I thought Aiden Heaven had a good game. I'm not going to take anything away from Aiden Heaven. He saved Villa going up 2-0 inside like 10 fucking minutes. The block on the John McGinn shot and then the block on the bloody Ollie Watkins attempt. That was... I have to give Aiden Heaven credit. I thought he did actually have a very good game in the first half. We could have been 2-0 down inside 10 minutes. Neves in January needs to be the one. Well, if Bruno's out for like 2 months, we are not winning a game in that time, says SG. You're probably right. Villa fan here, but I feel really, really bad that Fernandes had to be sent off. Fernandes went off with a hamstring injury. 40 million Bowie spent 2 billion since Fergie left and you're still building. You're not wrong, Callum. You're not wrong. I'd rather see Bruno miss 45 minutes rather than risk it and miss the next 10 games. Our problem is that these players lack confidence due to criticism, but United have to hit the ground running. I can't even mention one player who can even fit in for any of our positions. The problem is, this team we've got left now is going to be the team that goes in for Newcastle on Friday. So I can't see us getting anything at home against Newcastle. I think against Wolves we'll probably be okay because Wolves are fucking dog shit. But it doesn't excuse what's happened today. Both those goals are preventable. If Lenny Yoro would have went with Morgan Rogers, who was desperately trying to keep the ball in, we probably don't concede that first goal. But Lenny Yoro just backed off and backed off. That's what I'm annoyed about. I'm more annoyed about the first goal than the second one, because the first goal was avoidable, but Yoro didn't do anything. He just stood there and let Morgan Rogers keep the ball in play. I'm more annoyed about the first goal more than the second. De Ligt is generally a foundation for our team. When we've got players who can't defend, then we aren't going to win. Wolves, Leeds, Burnley, points galore. To be fair, I think Leeds are going to stay up. Burnley are probably gone, and Wolves are gone, aren't they, to be fair, if we're all calling it right here, right now. Rob says, great result. Second goal was a joke, given that much space is crazy. Yeah, but that's that defence plus the men's has no chemistry. Butcher to play CDM in our next game. Well, if Bruno's out for 6 to 8 weeks and it's a hamstring tear, we're fucked. Because all we've got left is Martinez and Casemiro and Agate. That's all we've got left in the midfield. Martinez did all right, but he's getting played out of position, isn't he? So I suppose having an extra option in there isn't all that bad. But what would you rather have? Would you rather have Mainu and bloody a new midfielder and have Martinez inside the back three with Yoro and De Ligt so there's actually some leadership? Or would you rather see Martinez and CDM every fucking week having to fucking rescue us because we've got no Fernandes? Agate is invisible. Mainu is injured. So we are still sitting 7th, bring on Newcastle. Even our goal was lucky, attack wasn't great. I'm a United fan, but I do hope Leeds stay up. I think Leeds will stay up. Leeds ain't going down. We needed Ahmad today. Kuna and Yoro. Kuna was alright. I mean, I can't believe on the 67th minute that equaliser didn't go in. As soon as that ball went in, I thought Kuna scored. I think a lot of us thought it was 2-2. I thought a lot of us thought that was in. We need to change our formation, man, says Juan. I would agree, I would change the formation. Taking off Fernandes is madness. The problem is, Chris, he's got a hamstring injury, buddy. That's the problem. He's got a really, really bad hamstring injury, buddy. That's why he had to go off. United are shit with a laughing emoji. You're not wrong. I shouted, come on, and everything. Do you know what? I think a lot of us did that. Kuna didn't have no support whatsoever. Up the Villa, says Conrad. United played better than I thought they would, to be fair. Kuna didn't have no support whatsoever. By Palmer and Drani and cash in on Bruno. Well, Amram is a liability. Like, I feel sorry for Shea Lacey. I feel sorry for Jack Fletcher having to be chucked on in that moment. Fancy chucking 2 kids on, trying to rescue us a point. That's what I feel really upset for. Like, I can't believe he had the audacity to chuck Fletcher and bloody who was the other guy? Fletcher and Shea Lacey on. I couldn't believe he chucked them on in that moment. Bruno could be out for at least 4 to 6 weeks. Massive player you've got to spend in January. I completely agree. I think we're going to have to spend in January. Kuna having pops from Alaska, head lost. Yoro was awful today, says Jacob. Completely agree. Sesko must be hell pissed. Yoro is so overrated. People moan he don't play kids. He puts them in and you moan. Absolutely clueless. But in that moment, we needed better options to go on and win that game. Chucking Shea Lacey on and Jack Fletcher, no disrespect, they've been playing for the under-18s, right? Chucking him in a big Premier League game, especially against a team like Villa, away from home, is idiotic. What were they meant to do? Both score 2 goals each and win us the game? I'm sorry. Putting them on to try and rescue us a point was madness. Don't get me wrong. I'm fine with bringing in these academy players. Do not get me wrong. Give them a chance. Give them an opportunity. But to chuck him in at the deep end to try and rescue us was stupid. Was really, really stupid. And this is the problem, right? We are going to have to go... Who did you want him to bring on then? Well, the problem is there's people feeling sorry for Maguire. There's people feeling sorry for De Ligt. If I'm Amorim, I'm going to have to be telling these players, we need you back in. We need you back. I don't care if these players are not 100% fit or not. You're going to have to bring them back in. I'm Villa, we play for shite, but hey-ho. You're going to have to bring De Ligt back in. You're going to have to bring Maguire back in. And as for Fernandes, I think you're going to have to play through this pain barrier. If it's just a slight pull, he should be okay for Friday. You're going to have to start playing through the pain barrier now. You're going to have to. Why would you do that and make injuries worse? You're going to have to get these players to You're going to have to. You're going to have to bring these players back. Because we're literally... Lemon should have saved both of those goals. Completely agree. But that's what and playing injured players, But the problem is, I think De Ligt's okay. All he's got is a slight back issue. As for Maguire, there's been no update on this hamstring problem. He's been out since the fucking Tottenham game. So that's nearly 2-3 months. All United team and staff, says Tom. You're going to have to start bringing these players back in. You're going to have to. Playing injured players is worse off than playing the young players. But we haven't got any players left, mate. We haven't got no players left. We've got no Mbeumo, no Ahmad, no Mazraoui, no De Ligt, no Maguire, no Fernandes. You can forget Newcastle and you can forget Wolves. We ain't winning these next 2 games. I'm really sorry to say, we ain't winning these next 2 games. People think we're going to beat Newcastle. With what? With what? What players are going to get us a result against Newcastle? You gave us a good game, but Rodgers is just on another level. Just shows we can't do it without Bruno Fernandes and Mbeumo. Lol, Newcastle be easy. No, it won't. Newcastle won't be easy. We'll beat Wolves. We are beating Wolves. Come on, bro. Up the Villa, says Morgan Rogers _SN 102. Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. I'm telling you now, as it stands, I would be getting on the phone to Morocco. I'd be getting on the phone to the Ivory Coast. And I would be getting on the phone to Cameroon saying, we need these players back. Surely Manchester United could have put their foot down and said, you're not having these players until we finished our Christmas schedule. You're not having these players until we tell you you can have them. I can't believe Man United just didn't stand up for themselves and tell these countries to go fuck themselves. I would have told them to put their foot down, said you're not having Mbeumo, you're not having Ahmad, and you're not having Mazraoui. I'd be... well, what's more important? What's more important, club or country? What's more important here, club or country? Is Bruno injured then, says Alex. Yeah, Bruno's got a hamstring injury. I would have told them, you're not having these players until we complete our Christmas fixtures. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's the AFCON rules. I don't give a shit if it's the AFCON rules. I don't care if these countries get fines. These club fixtures are a lot more important than playing some BTEC Carabao Cup competition that no one gives a fucking shit about. Why couldn't have they played the African Cup of Nations while the World Cup was on? Why couldn't they have done that? Why couldn't they have played the African Cup of Nations while the World Cup was on? Why couldn't they have played both competitions at the same time? Why does it have to be played in January? Nobody gives a shit about except the lads who have gone to play for their country. Up the Villa mine. Yeah, but I'm sorry. We needed Mbeumo today. We needed Ahmad today. And we needed Mazraoui. Well, there should be rule changes. I am so pissed with this result. Because our squad is now at the limit. We've got no players left, basically. We are basically at the fringes of basically having to play the kids against Newcastle and Wolves now. Because we haven't got any other players left. Without Bruno Fernandes, what are you doing against that midfield for Newcastle? What are you doing? What are you going to do about the midfield? What are you going to do? Put Agate in there? And put fucking Martinez at DM? Which we shouldn't have to do week in, week out? It's absolutely stupid. Because Agate's invisible. Agate was shit. Even Gary Neville said it. Why have they got Agate in that position today? What was the point? And I completely agree with what Gary Neville says. Fancy chucking Agate into that team. I know we've got no Casemiro. Granted that. Granted. But at the end of the day, well, Sunderland have got 6 players out. Sunderland have lost 6 players to the African Cup of Nations. I feel sorry for Sunderland fans. I feel sorry for them. It's not down to Aaron to choose can play in the middle Glaze out, no signing United cash cow. And Arsenal. Arsenal have lost players. We've lost players. Like, I'm sorry to say, the African Cup of Nations should have been played in the summer. Fuck it being played in January. Why couldn't it have been played before the season started? Why couldn't they have started the African Cup of Nations before this season started? Why couldn't they have done it then instead of doing it now? Villa away, probably hardest place to go to right now. Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right. I'm just expressing my opinion. I'm just expressing my view and how I feel. Like, I am allowed an opinion. I am allowed a view. If people don't always have to agree with it. But I'm just saying, we did need Amad today. We needed Mbeumo and we needed Mazraoui. I'm just expressing, if we have those players available, we might have gone all right. Oh yeah, let's move AFCON so United have Mbeumo. Man, we should have got a draw. Yeah, we should have got a draw. We should have got a draw today. Meaning we didn't sign anyone in midfield after seeing us finish 15th. Like, yeah, nice. Exactly, says Apple. Exactly. The midfield's absolutely fucked. Because if the midfield now, going into January, is basically Casemiro, Agate, we haven't got Mainu. Mainu's injured. How the fuck Mainu has picked up an injury is absolutely crazy. Mainu's hardly kicked a ball, and now Mainu's picked up some kind of injury in training. Have you moaned about AFCON before, or is it because now we have him? No, but I'm just saying, I've looked at every other club that have lost these players to AFCON, and I'm sorry to say, I think those clubs should have refused to send those players until all their Christmas fixtures are completed. Why couldn't they have started the African Cup of Nations at the start of January? Why are they playing it midway through December? What's the point? Agate today gave the ball away at least 5 times. Garnacho is doing good for us, so thanks for him. It's mad we're only 4 points behind Chelsea, yet you are shit, lol. You need patience. He thinks AFCON isn't as in... Because the African Cup of Nations is basically just a fucking B-Tech fucking Carabao Cup competition. No one gives a shit about it. It's a terrible competition. It's fucking shit. It's like watching the Europa Conference League on a Thursday night. It is sad. There's more important things about than fucking your country. If I was told, would you play for England? No. I would rather play for my club because I know I've got better players around me instead of shitty little bottle jobs that can't do their job. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. It's really not true. It's as big as the Euros. I think Euros is garbage. The Euros is much better than the African Cup of Nations. It's massively better. I'm afraid to tell you, it's massively better than the fucking African Cup of Nations. Maybe not important to you, but representing your country. I would never represent my country at football level because our country's shit at playing it. So, you know, that's how I feel. Just expressing how I feel. But yeah, like, you can't take anything away. We deserve to lose the game, don't we? We deserve to lose today. You need your heart. Yours better quality, but same important. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm pissed we've lost this game because I can't believe the 2 goals we've conceded. Like, we should have got a point. Only good play like it's lower teams in it. It's almost like an FA Cup game. Exactly. A lot of people think the African Cup of Nations is good. Maybe wake up and realise it's a shit competition no one gives a fuck about. Honestly, like, I'm just annoyed. Yeah, but you scored from a mistake. Yeah, Manchester United's goal was nothing down than pure fucking luck. It's not my fault Aston Villa are stuck with Matty Cash at right back every fucking game. It's literally is what's the difference between these two? One's African teams, one's European. Amram needs to change his tactics. It's not working, says Chris. Manchester United's goal comes down nothing more than pure luck. United's goal is nothing more than pure fucking luck. The result's disappointing. Well, we've only picked up 5 points from 12. I'm sorry, if you're a big football club, you sack your manager. You've picked up 5 points from 12. Yes, I did watch the game, but I'm just saying we needed those other players. We needed those other players to help us today, and when we don't have them, what are we meant to do? Not picked up enough points and dropped away too many over the last 17 games as well. Exactly. 5 points from 12 in our last 4. Honestly, United are a tragic, tragic team. Like, United keeps sinking deeper and deeper, more than the fucking Titanic. Sounds weird to say, but at least we played well even though we got beat. Awful football opinions coming from a United fan. Now there's a shock. Oh, is it because I tell the truth? Is it because I'm honest? Is it because I know how shit we actually are? It's not my fault we're stuck with dog shit players like Luke Shaw and Lenny Yoro and Dorgu and Agate and Casemiro. It's not my fault that Man United have got a load of shit players that don't give a shit. It's not my fault these players don't step up. It's not my fault these players can't perform. It's not my fault. It's not my fault we've got players that get protected by certain sections of this fan base. It's not my fault that some supporters are completely blinded by how crap some of these players actually are. I'm sorry. A lot of these players get their asses kissed by a lot of this fan base. And I'm sorry, there's people like me that tell the truth, that are honest about how shit we actually are, and people don't like the truth. If you can't handle the truth, then don't support this football club. Because at the end of the day, when are we actually going to win a game again? We couldn't beat Everton at home. We couldn't beat Wolves at home. We couldn't beat Bournemouth at home. 2 points from 9 there. But we can beat Wolves away because Wolves are a load of dog shit. Because Wolves are going to be the worst Premier League team ever on points in history. We can't even beat Villa away. We couldn't beat... I said Wolves away. Not Wolves at home, I said Wolves away. I reckon it'll be when you play Coventry next year. As a Birmingham City fan, you lot let me down today. I'm sorry about that, but Man United is shit, mate, I'm afraid. Can't even beat Villa away. We can't even beat Villa away, who are third. Well, I'm sorry. They were there for the taking inside the first half. Ruined my Christmas. Exactly. Christmas is only 4 days away. And United are going to ruin it before Christmas and after Christmas. This is always good. Moaning, always trying to change, not going to be a quick fix. Need to give time, Glory supporters. No, I'm not a Glory supporter, mate. I tell the truth. Villa have lost once home in over 30-odd games. Villa have lost one home game in 15 months. Should have kept Greenwood, says T. Under Glazers, we are always going to be a tin pot. Even can't bring your glory there. Did we lose because Fernando was not in the second half and almost in Bremer and Cashmere and weren't playing? You cannot beat Everton. It's never going to happen. Your team is actually shambles. Alex, it's United's way ruining everything. Not a Glory supporter. I don't have to be support. I don't have to have a Manchester accent to support Man United. Man United have a global fan base. Wake the fuck up. To be honest, how can you support? How can you? I've been supporting United since I was all my life. So, yeah, I think people need to start watching their tone in the live chat, telling people that you can't support, because you're not from. Like, honestly, wake the fuck up. Seriously, I think some people need to actually wake the fuck up. It's fucking embarrassing. It's really, really embarrassing that people get told that you can't support a club because you're not from there or stuff like that. Wake up. You don't have to watch this match reaction. Go and play Fortnite or go and watch the Minecraft movie, because we're here to talk about how shambolic again that Manchester United have actually been. So Jim Ratcliffe can go as well, says user. Exactly. Crazy how teams can only have the fan base the size of their stadium capacity. Exactly. Manchester United have a fucking global fan base, but I think it's a bit disrespectful that people in the live chat say you can't support this team, you can't support that team because you're not. Honestly, it's fucking embarrassing. Why is Morgan Rogers so underrated? You're definitely missing Garnacho. It's true though, literally zero inflation to the error of the people of this. Exactly. You lot weren't even that bad. You should have won. Leeds well, my birthday's going to be a shit birthday for me. Morgan Rogers versus 11. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Morgan Rogers, you can't take anything away from what Villa have done today. They are 3 points off top. They're 1 point off City. I think Villa are going to get Champions League football quite comfortably the way they're going. 10 wins in a row under Unai Emery, by the way. 10 wins under Unai Emery in a row. Like, you have to say what a fantastic job he's actually done. Like, since he's gone to Villa, Villa are a completely different team. They may not have started the season well, but look at them now. Like, you can only say what a great job he's actually done with the players he's got in that team. He lost Duran. I mean, wouldn't exactly been a big miss since he's departed. And now Ollie Watkins is back on form. But again, if Villa didn't have Morgan Rogers and they didn't have players like Onana in their midfield, John McGinn, you know, they wouldn't be where they are, in my opinion. Please tell me what happened to Watkins. Bro was a baller and he ghosted the whole year. We have mods in the live chat. We are watching the comments. Exactly. We do have mods in the live chat, so watch your comments, everybody. But yeah, Morgan Rogers, if you took Morgan Rogers out of that Villa team, Villa would be nowhere near as good. If you took Morgan Rogers out of that Villa team, they would be nowhere near as good. Because Morgan Rogers is their best player. Like, the first goal is on Lenny Yoro. We all know that. I mean, he doesn't even bother to, you know, close down Morgan Rogers to try and keep the ball in play. And he just lets Rogers keep attacking our D and lets him shoot, unfortunately. It's a good job they signed him then, isn't it? The fact you think... No, I'm just saying the African Cup of Nations is a pointless competition because I think these players should be picking their club over their country. The club has to come first because clubs are trying to get back to where they are. These countries will never win these competitions because a lot of these countries play shit football. That's all I'm saying. Like, I respect people that like the African Cup of Nations. I respect it. But no Bruno says United. No Bruno, no United, exactly. How are people saying it's Le Mans' fault? Well, Le Mans got... Yeah, exactly. Little Lawton, 94, is up for it. Yeah, but if you're African, then the African Cup of Nations is important. But to me, I don't like the competition because a lot of these Premier League teams suffer because a lot of these players... exactly, Adam's right. I respect it, but it's a pointless competition. It is a pointless competition. Like, it is pointless, it's crap. No, because there's a lot more at stake in the World Cup than the African Cup of Nations, let's be honest. We have Mbwamo and Ahmed, we win today. Never been so frustrated at the team, for fuck's sake. Exactly. Like I've said today, without Ahmad, Mbwamo and Mazraoui, we would struggle. Because what are you going to do on Friday against Newcastle? What are you going to do against Wolves? You've got a team with... You're going to have a team with basically Yoro, Heaven and Shaw inside the back three. Dorgu will be at left wing back. Delo will be at right wing back. You have probably Martinez and Casemiro in the midfield because we've got no Mainu. Agate is dog shit. Fernandez is injured. And then you've basically got Kuna, Sesko, and you're probably going to have to start Xerxes. It begs belief how, you know, how the fuck we are meant to get a positive for Newcastle. How are you going to get a positive against Wolves? We've hardly got a squad left. You're letting Morgan Rogers fucking tear us a new asshole because our goalkeeper just stands there for the first goal. Then he gets a glove to the second goal but can't keep it out. We've got Los Fernandez through injury, so that's 6 to 8 weeks. United are going to have to buy in January. I think the January transfer window, do not be surprised if the midfield search starts hotting up, and don't be surprised if we end up having to go doing this Semenyo deal now. Don't be surprised if we end up having to go and spend in January. And I think United are going to have no choice. I think we're going to have to go and get 2 new centre midfielders, and we should be okay. And we're going to have to go and get Semenyo. United are going to have to spend money in January. They can't just say, oh, we'll wait till the summer. They are going to have to go and spend money in January if they like it or lump it. They're going to have to do it. Because we've got no midfield now. We've got no midfield left. Agate shocking, says Kieran. Completely agree. Dorgu is shit, says Dennis. Completely agree with you on that. And I can't believe there was people saying Dorgu had a good game. Like, what game are people watching? Oh, Dorgu had one of his best games in United shirt. No, he fucking didn't. Honestly, it begs belief how some people watch Manchester United. Dorgu was absolutely shocking. Puts one decent cross into the box that Matthias Cunha can't convert. Every tag from Agate was a foul. He cost us so much. Dorgu got us the goal, still shite though. Yeah, because it was lucky because Matty Cash made a mistake. That was all that happened about the goal, because Dorgu robbed the ball off a Cash mistake. I bet a lot of people couldn't cash in on that mistake. See what I did there? I think our goal was lucky. I'm sorry, I think our goal was nothing more than pure luck. I think our goal was nothing more than pure luck. Just because Dorgu robbed the ball off him. Oh, whoopee. Not like that was difficult. I said Morgan Rogers. We've mentioned Morgan Rogers twice. Both his goals are down to Manchester United mistakes. Both of Morgan Rogers' goals were down to our mistakes. I have mentioned Morgan Rogers. I've mentioned him twice because he scored 2 good goals down to our poor mistakes. Cunha should have scored the second. Exactly, says Dennis. Completely agree. If Cunha would have scored, we would have had a point. But there would have been people celebrating a point. Oh, at least we didn't lose. Oh, at least we got a draw. Oh, at least we come away with something. We've picked up 5 points from 12. That's meant to be Manchester United. 5 points from 12 in our last 4. And the problem is, a lot of the fans are accepting these standards. A lot of the fan base, a lot of these fans, a lot of you supporters are accepting the low standards now. You're happy with the win, lose or draw mentality. You don't want Manchester United winning games anymore. You don't want Manchester United getting back to their best. And that's the problem with a lot of this fan base. A lot of the fan base are blinded by delusional. A lot of this fan base are in complete and utter fucking denial. They don't want United getting back to where they want to be. A lot of these fans are blinded by the problems. A lot of these fans are blinded by player FC. A lot of these fans kiss these player asses. A lot of these players live up the cracks of some of these players and protect them with every fucking shield they've got. And the problem is, I'm not here to win, lose or draw. I'm here to win every game. That's all this win, lose or draw bullshit's got to stop. Finishing second, third or fourth's not great. That's failure. We're not going to have a team pushing for the league for at least 5-10 years. Exactly, Owen, completely agree. You're in 7th place and saying you'll basically do it. Yeah, because we are. We need to be finishing top 4. Comes to something when Heaven was your best player. Exactly, Smithy, completely agree. Mind the gap, Man United, says Kai. Yeah, exactly. I think Aiden Heaven probably is the only one that can come away from today's game with any fucking credentials. I think Aiden Heaven's the only one that can come away from today's game thinking, I've actually done a good job. I've actually done something good. And probably Matthias Cunha to extent for his first goal as well. I would probably say those 2 players are probably the standouts and probably would both deserve player of the match in my opinion. But apart from that, we've conceded 2 shit goals down to Lenny Yoro. I think today is massively on Yoro. He's going to get a lot of shit tonight. And I think Delo will as well for the second Villa goal because he can't be bothered to block Tielemans' cross into the box. It's just very, very embarrassing. Rodgers or Bruno's current form. I'd rather have Morgan Rogers. I'd rather have Morgan Rogers. But we've lost 2-1 to Aston Villa. And we deserve to lose, I'm afraid. We do deserve to lose. We conceded 2 shit goals down to defensive mistakes. Again, from the usual culprits, Delo and fucking Yoro. You might as well call Delo and Yoro Bill and Ben the flower pot men. Thank you for the Santa's elf, by the way. Very much appreciated. Thank you for the gift. Very much appreciated there. Morgan Rogers starts in the 10 at the World Cup. Completely agree. We can see 2 moments. I understand what does it slate everyone for the clicks. It's because we've lost, isn't it? It's because we've lost and we shouldn't have lost the game. We should have rescued a point. If Kuna equalises on that, thank you for the Thunder Hammer as well. Very much appreciated. If we would have got a goal, if Rodgers over Palmer, absolutely Rodgers over Palmer, I would definitely do that. But we deserve to lose. We deserve to lose today, and we have to move on now. We've got Newcastle on Boxing Day. So Man United have ruined Christmas 4 days before, and Man United are going to ruin Christmas a day after. So Christmas has been ruined already, and we're only 4 days away. So well done United, again, for ruining everyone's fucking Christmas. Thank you for the GG as well, very much appreciated. So Christmas has been ruined. Christmas has been ruined after United play on Friday. So the whole Christmas period has been ruined again because we make mistake after mistake after mistake. Honestly, I'm embarrassed. We should have got a point. If Sasko converts that chance on the 21st minute, thank you for the heart me as well, very much appreciated. If Sasko converts that chance in the first half, we go 1-0 up, but Sasko doesn't score. Kuna should have equalised on the 67th minute, but doesn't, so that was probably going to go down as miss of the season. And we deserve to lose because we can see 2 shit goals that are being waxed over, lyrical over, down to our defensive mistakes. So well done Lenny Oro, well done Delo. You've absolutely fucked us over today because of your incompetence, your uselessness at trying to defend, and your laziness and your arrogance just to stand there, not do your job, not do your centre-back role that you're meant to do and your right-back role, and you can't defend, you don't block a tackle, you don't block crosses, you don't close down your man, and you basically both just stand there like 2 fucking statues on the chessboard and do fuck all. So well done Delo, well done Lenny Oro, who have cost us today. And we've lost 2-1 for Villa. Villa go 10 games in a row, wins, 10 wins in a row from Aston Villa. Aston Villa are only 2 points, 1 point off City, 3 points off the top of the Prem. Are Aston Villa in the title race? I think we can safely say they probably are in a title race. So this has been your full-time match reaction. Thanks to everybody that's tuned in. Thank you. Welcome to all the new followers. Thank you for all the likes and the gifts. It's very much appreciated. I hope you all have an amazing Christmas. And I hope you all have a wonderful new year because Christmas is in 4 days' time. So I hope you all have a wonderful new year. I hope you all have an amazing Christmas with your friends and family. Stay safe, everybody. You're absolute legends. Thanks for all the support this year. But yeah, Christmas has been ruined already thanks to Manchester United. Ain't even Christmas yet. But yet we play on Boxing Day and we've played today. So yeah. Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 1. Stay safe, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Christmas has been ruined already.